Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the daily struggles and challenges life throws at you? You know those moments when it seems like everything is just too much and you're caught in a storm of stress, anxiety, and uncertainty? Well, you're not alone. Each and every one of us faces these struggles, and it's part of what makes us human. In fact, 2,000 years ago, a man named Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor no less, faced his own set of challenges. Yet, he wasn't just any emperor. He was also a philosopher, a practitioner of Stoicism, to be precise. Stoicism, for those who might not know, is a school of philosophy that teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. It's about understanding the world around us, accepting it, and finding peace within ourselves. Now, you must be thinking, what does a philosophy from 2 millennia ago have to do with our lives today? Well, despite the vast changes in our world, the human condition, the emotions we feel, the struggles we face, they haven't changed all that much. We still grapple with adversity, we still strive to find meaning, and we still seek happiness and peace. That's where Stoicism comes in. It offers us a way to navigate through life's challenges with grace and resilience. It provides us with tools to transform adversity into a stepping stone for growth, to find tranquility amidst chaos, and to cultivate inner strength that can weather any storm. So, let's delve into this ancient philosophy and discover how it can help us not just survive, but thrive in the face of life's struggles. And remember, as Marcus Aurelius himself said, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. What if we told you that there's a way to not just endure these struggles, but actually thrive amidst them? Before we dive into our discussion today, please take a second to like this video. Helps us to reach more people and continue bringing you content like this. The first Stoic advice we have for you is to embrace the present moment. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast ocean, the waves lapping at your feet. The ocean is infinite, just like time. The water that has washed ashore, that's your past. The waves that are yet to come, that's your future. But the wave that's touching your feet right now, that's your present moment. It's here and then it's gone, replaced by another. This is the essence of life, a series of present moments. In the grand scheme of things, our lives are but a blip on the timeline of the universe. We get so caught up in the past, reminiscing about the good old days or regretting past mistakes, that we forget to live in the now. On the other hand, we're so anxious about the future, planning, worrying, fantasizing, that we overlook the beauty of the present. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." This is a profound reminder that the present moment is all we really have. Everything else is either a memory or an anticipation. Being present doesn't mean ignoring the past or the future. It simply means giving your full attention, your full consciousness, to the task at hand, to the person you're with, to the emotions you're feeling. It's about appreciating the beauty of a sunset, the taste of your morning coffee, the sound of your loved one's laughter. Consider a musician playing an instrument. If they're thinking about the last note they played, they'll miss the next one. If they're worried about the upcoming notes, they won't be able to play the current one. But if they're focused on the present note, they'll be able to play the piece beautifully. So, how do we embrace the present moment? By practicing mindfulness, by paying attention to our surroundings, our thoughts, our feelings, by observing without judgment, by accepting the present moment for what it is. Remember, the present moment is all we truly have. It's where life happens. We hope you're finding this discussion engaging. Stick around till the end to not miss any part of this enriching journey. The second Stoic advice is to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can dramatically shift our perspective from focusing on what we lack to appreciating what we have. It's about acknowledging the good in our lives and realizing that even in the midst of hardship, there are always things to be grateful for. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. This is a call to appreciate the beauty that surrounds us, the simple pleasures of life that we often overlook, the people who enrich our lives, and the opportunities that come our way. Cultivating a habit of gratitude isn't always easy, especially during tough times. It requires a conscious effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. Here are a few tips to help you get started. First, make it a daily practice. Set aside a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your skin, a good book, or a kind gesture from a stranger. Second, keep a gratitude journal. Writing down your thoughts can be therapeutic, and it helps to solidify your feelings of gratitude. It's also a great way to look back and remind yourself of the good times when things get tough. Third, express your gratitude to others. Not only does this strengthen your relationships, but it also spreads positivity and encourages others to be grateful too. Finally, practice mindfulness. Being present in the moment allows you to appreciate the beauty of now instead of worrying about the past or the future. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. So, let's make gratitude a part of our everyday life. When you start to see the good in everything, life becomes a lot more bearable. The third Stoic advice is to cultivate inner strength. Inner strength, a term we often hear, but what does it truly mean? It's the ability to withstand adversity, to keep going when the going gets tough. It's resilience, it's mental toughness, it's the power within that propels us forward in the face of challenges. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, knew this all too well. He believed that we all possess this inner strength, this inner fortress, if you will, that we can retreat to when life throws its worst at us. But how do we cultivate this strength? How do we build this fortress? First, we need to understand that inner strength is not something that magically appears. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs to be exercised to grow stronger. This exercise comes in the form of facing our fears, of stepping out of our comfort zones, of dealing with disappointments and failures. Secondly, we need to cultivate a mindset of resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding life's challenges, but rather learning to deal with them effectively. It's about bouncing back from setbacks, not letting them define us. It's about understanding that we have the power to choose our response in any given situation. Lastly, we need to practice patience and self-compassion. Building inner strength takes time. It's a process, not an event. It's about being gentle with ourselves when we stumble, and understanding that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's about giving ourselves the permission to be human, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. Cultivating inner strength is a lifelong journey, but it's a journey worth embarking on. Because at the end of the day, our inner strength is what allows us to face life's challenges head-on, to keep going when the going gets tough, to stand tall in the face of adversity. Remember, strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't. The fourth Stoic advice is to practice patience. Now let's dive into the realm of patience, a virtue often misunderstood yet incredibly powerful. Patience, in its truest essence, is more than just the ability to wait. It's about maintaining a positive attitude during the wait. It's about understanding that things unfold in their own time, and rushing them along can often do more harm than good. In the grand scheme of life, we often find ourselves in situations that require us to endure, to hold on, and to wait. It's in these moments that patience becomes our ally. When we're facing tough times, patience allows us to pause, to breathe, to reassess the situation without losing our cool. It's the calm voice in the storm that says, "This too shall pass." So how can we cultivate this invaluable trait? Well, it starts with understanding that patience is not passive resignation or a mere tolerance of delay. It's an active acceptance of the process required to achieve your goals and dreams. The first step is to slow down. In a world that's always rushing, Slowing down can feel counterintuitive, yet it's in these slowed down moments that we find clarity and peace. Next, practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. When you're fully engaged in the here and now, you're less likely to become impatient about the future. And finally, remember to be patient with yourself. Personal growth is a journey, not a race. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step forward. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, time is a river, a violent torrent of events, glimpsed once and already carried past us, and another follows and is gone. Patience teaches us to flow with this river, not against it. Patience is not just about waiting, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. So let's practice patience, not because we have to, but because we understand its power in transforming our lives. The fifth Stoic advice is to understand what is within your control. This principle is a cornerstone of Stoicism, and it's a potent tool for cultivating peace of mind. Let's imagine life as a play on stage. You're the actor, and while you can recite your lines and play your part to the best of your abilities, you cannot control the other actors, the reactions of the audience, or the eventual outcome of the play. What you can control, however, are your actions, reactions, and decisions. This concept is not just limited to a theatrical stage, it applies to every aspect of our daily lives. You cannot control the weather, the traffic, or the attitudes of other people. You cannot control the past or predict the future. Yet, you can control how you respond to these uncontrollable aspects. You can choose to bring an umbrella when it's raining, leave early to account for heavy traffic, or remain calm and composed when someone is rude to you. By focusing on what is within our control, we can navigate life more effectively and avoid unnecessary stress and frustration. The effort you put into your work, the kindness you show to others, the time you devote to learning and growing, these are all within your control. But what about the things outside our control? The Stoics advise us to let them go. Just as you wouldn't get angry at the wind for blowing or the sun for shining, there's no sense in getting upset over things you can't change. Instead, accept them as they are and focus your energy on the areas of your life you can influence. This doesn't mean we should be passive or indifferent to the world around us. Rather, it's about recognizing the limits of our control and working within those boundaries. It's about making the most of what we've got and making peace with what we can't have. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. This is the essence of Stoicism and a key to leading a more content and peaceful life. The sixth Stoic advice is to learn from adversity. An intriguing notion, isn't it? The idea that our hardships, our trials and tribulations are not just obstacles to be overcome, but teachers to be learned from. Now, you might be wondering, how can adversity, something that brings discomfort, pain, or even suffering, be a teacher? Well, it's simple. Adversity, in its raw and unfiltered form, is a mirror. It reflects our strengths, our weaknesses, and our potential for growth, often more accurately than any compliment or criticism ever could. Think about it. When you're faced with a challenge, what do? You adapt, you strategize, you dig deep within yourself to find the courage, the resilience, the grit to keep moving forward. And in that process of struggle and perseverance, you learn about your capabilities, your limitations, and most importantly, your potential for growth. So, how do we find lessons in difficult situations? First, we need to shift our perspective. Instead of viewing adversity as a barrier, we need to see it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger. It's not about denying the pain or the struggle. It's about acknowledging it, embracing it, and using it as a catalyst for self-improvement. Next, we need to practice self-reflection. After facing a difficult situation, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what did this situation teach me? What can I do differently next time? What strengths did I discover about myself? By asking these questions, we can extract valuable lessons from our experiences and use them to navigate future challenges more effectively. Remember, learning from adversity is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process of growth and self-improvement. It's about transforming our struggles into stepping stones, our trials into triumphs, our adversities into advantages. So, the next time you find yourself in the face of adversity, don't shy away. Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it. Because as the Stoics believed, adversity doesn't break you, it makes you. The final Stoic advice is to cultivate compassion. In the realm of Stoicism, compassion is not a mere sentiment, it is the key to understanding the shared human experience. It bridges the gap between individuals, allowing us to empathize with the struggles and joys of others. When we are compassionate, we don't just observe the world, we actively participate in it. This concept of compassion is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Stoics believed that we are all part of a larger, interconnected whole. They encouraged us to recognize our shared humanity, to understand that we are all navigating the complex terrain of life with its peaks of joy and valleys of suffering. By cultivating compassion, we can better connect with this shared human experience. So, how can we cultivate compassion? It begins with self-awareness. Stoics practiced self-reflection, acknowledging their own flaws and vulnerabilities. This self-awareness is the first step towards understanding others. It allows us to see that we are not so different, that beneath the surface we all share similar fears, hopes, and dreams. Next, we need to practice empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about stepping into someone else's shoes, seeing the world from their perspective. This doesn't mean you have to agree with them or condone their actions, but simply understand their emotional state. Practicing empathy fosters a deeper connection with others and nurtures our compassionate nature. Finally, we must take action. Compassion is not a passive state. It requires action. This can be as simple as offering a kind word, a genuine smile, or a helping hand. It's about making a conscious effort to alleviate the suffering of others, to bring a little light into their lives. After all, as Stoics, we believe in the power of action, in our ability to shape our world. Compassion isn't just about feeling the pain of others, it's about bringing them comfort. As we cultivate compassion, we not only strengthen our connection with others, but also enrich our own lives. Compassion teaches us to be patient, to be kind, and most importantly, to be human. It is a reminder of our shared humanity, a beacon guiding us towards a more empathetic, understanding, and compassionate world. So there you have it, 7 Stoic advice to help you navigate through life's challenges. Let's quickly reiterate these lessons. First, we embrace the present moment, cherishing the now rather than dwelling in the past or future. Next, we practice gratitude, identifying and appreciating the good in our lives. We then focused on cultivating inner strength, building resilience within ourselves. We learned the importance of patience, understanding that things take time. We also grasped the concept of control, discerning what we can and cannot influence. We highlighted the importance of learning from adversity, using our struggles as stepping stones. Lastly, we encouraged the cultivation of compassion, fostering understanding and empathy towards others. The beauty of these Stoic insights is that they equip us to face life's difficulties with grace and resilience. Their wisdom has stood the test of time, guiding us towards a fulfilled and content life. Remember, life isn't about avoiding the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain. So keep going and keep growing.